What is going on, guys? Carson here from the Trouble Pack. I haven't uploaded a video since Gookie format. Actually, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! I might have not uploaded a video longer than that. I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! Since Gookie format. And that is because I got the Gookie deck, and then they pretty much banned it. So I just decided to get rid of it. And that's quite a while ago. I've been getting back into it, and I've had a pretty successful run. Before the ban list, I won a locals. I haven't put in any major events. After the ban list, I won a locals, and then I also came in second place. So with this deck, since the ban list came out, I'm 9-1, and I wouldn't be making this video otherwise because I don't think making decks. Oh, I got first place at locals. No one really gives a shit. No offense to the people who upload videos when they get first place at locals. But the only reason I'm doing it is because there's no significant events, and the ban list is relatively new. What the fuck? I got all this hair. My hair is as long as Jesus is right now, so I got a lot of hair on. That's the only reason I'm making this. As for matchups, I've played everything except Pendulum. My side deck does cover Pendulum, and you'll see the strength of this deck is it can play just hand traps. Just fill the slots that you used to play with hand traps. And it's like Ghost Ogre is getting better now, and so is Droll and Lock, if you ask me. So those definitely help. And yeah, we'll just get into it. I'll do a quick list because you don't have to talk about too many things. I'll go through all my choices. So of course, 3 Flame Buffalo. This is the card you want to see. This are Foxy's now the card. These run your deck. These are your engines. You're happy to see this. A lot of times, this is just, this will get you somewhere. This gets you 2 cards deeper in your deck, and you have a search when you're doing it every time. So you're digging 3 cards in your deck. Usually that can get you into a good position to do something. It's still a great card. If you're not playing it now, I really have to question. I just have to question your integrity. No, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense not to play this now. You pretty much have to. If you're not, I'm not playing Lady Debug just because I have so many normal summons. I know it's a great card, but it's at 1, and I don't want to use my Signet Mining to search Lady Debug. I want to use my Signet Mining to search Gazelle. So yes, especially with all the hand traps running around, that Debug will just get. It's not good against Colossus, and it's not good against other stuff. And Foxy's already not so great against Colossus. So Foxy's now the other best. It's actually probably Foxy might be the best starter. It probably is the best starter because it's so versatile. Do I want to excavate the top 3 and add, or do I want to summon from graveyard and get my Mirage Stelio effect off? It doesn't really always matter which one happens. And in fact, most of the time when I did resolve I could resolve its effect to add 1, so that's pretty cool. And a lot of times this is what I'd be adding back off of Sunlight Wolf if they banished my Gazelle. So Foxy's the core of the deck now with Spinny. Definitely Spinny, just great. It's honestly a kind of a ridiculous card if you think about what they made this card solely to make plays for this deck. It's ridiculous. 2 Jack Jaguar. This is important now. You're playing a lot more discard cards, so I'm playing Flame Buffalo, Foxy to resolve from graveyard, and Signet Mining. So you have 5 outlets that are pretty good, and then another one in Falco that's also pretty good to discard. So yeah, I never had any problems with drawing 2. It honestly, so long as you want to, at the very least, if you just open up this, that's at least that's a Hita. So that's getting you an add a portion of the time. And then for the 1-ofs, Gazelle, Foul, and Falco. Honestly, guys, once this didn't, like I said, it's still pretty consistent. I played against Sky Striker, I played against Thunder Dragon, I've played against a whole bunch of stuff, Dinos. It's still pretty consistent. The worst thing that happened to me is this was banished by Trishula. I also played against Necroz. This was banished by Trishula, and I still won that game. So the deck doesn't completely solely, or if it gets going, you don't necessarily need to keep resolving Gazelle when you can add back other stuff. Also, Foul, I've thought about bumping Foul up to 2 now because it is very, very good, Foul. I played against the Demise, Demise set 5 pass, and I was able to pop 2 with the Rage, and then freeze the other 2 with this little combo here with the Foul. So Foul is very good in that sense. And like I said at the beginning of the video, the replacement for all the stuff is hand traps. So this is more tatered, whatever the word is, more suited for my locals. But at the same time, I think it does apply. I think that Ghost Ogre is back in business. Disputably, Droll and Lock isn't as good as the other ones, but there's a lot of matchups where this is good. All right. It absolutely destroys, absolutely cripples Thunder Dragon, and it also pretty much hurts the Orca. Anything that plays dangerous, this cripples. This completely cripples Thunder Dragon. They can't do anything. There's so many decks that the Pendulum won't. I know it doesn't stop them from getting some sort of playoff. They can probably put still a negator to it, but they're not gonna search their traps. They're not gonna be searching half as much, you know. So it definitely, and even Sky Striker, this forces them to make an awkward play. They're not gonna make engage. They're not gonna go engage. Some of the token, grab the one that summons the tokens, and then make Kagari add back the engage. They're not doing that anymore. All right, they're making Hayate end turn add a card. Or they can't even. So it makes them have to make very awkward plays, and they're not drawing off their Sky Striker effects. So I think overall this is good. The mirror match isn't going to be as prevalent, but this is definitely going to be good. Every time I used it, it was pretty good today. The only deck that it was completely dead against was Psyframes, and that was a really weird matchup anyways. I ended up winning that one game 3 in time, and I lost. My only loss out of the last 2 local events was in time. I just needed 10 more seconds to exit battle phase and go into main phase 2 so I could gain 2,000 life points with Pero, but I didn't get enough time. And that was the Sky Strikers. 2 Lancias is self-explanatory. Orcas are still pretty popular. Dinosaurs are still, they're still pretty good. Of course, Thunder Dragon. I think that those engines are going to become more and more prevalent. I know people weren't talking about Dinosaur enough. If you ask me, that deck is at full power. Remember, it's got 3 miscellaneous source. For our search cards, that's it for the monsters. I'm not sure how many there are. For our searchers, I only have 2 Signet Mining at the time. There was one time where I opened both, but I definitely will be getting a third. I didn't really miss the consistency too much, considering I had 3 Flame Buffalo and 2 Signet Minings. So that's really 5 discards. It's a pretty good ratio. So you have 4 Gazelles, but then you also have Foxy and whatnot. And sometimes you don't need to add Gazelle. Sometimes you can summon Gazelle. So yeah, of course the Sanctuary, the Will. This potentially could be bumped up to 2. It's a very, very good card. It's won me some games. Fusion of Fire. I don't want to play this because my combo's not as consistent. But at the same time, this is just so good. It's very back or forth. I mean, this is like a non-targeting clearance for a lot of things nowadays. It can just be very detrimental. I might move that to the side deck though. 3 Cosmic Cyclones. I would be playing at least one Twin Twister. I really should be siding Twin Twisters, but this was enough. The game, if you hit multi-roll with this, it's over, man. It's not even a hard matchup from that point on. They can't gain back any advantage. And this deck never runs out of it. Its graveyard is a second field. And then 3 Called by the Grave, very good card. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? And then of course 2 Roar, 1 Rage, 1 Roar. In fact, when the Cross Out of Domination comes out, which is essentially a Called by the Grave, it's a little different. This deck's gonna be once again very tiered. We'll do this side deck because the extra decks are pretty much all the same. So 3 Panker Tops. Might be cut. If I went to a regional, I might cut this to 2. Except this is very, very strong card. So in fact, this deck is kind of made to go. I don't want to say made to go second. It doesn't care if it goes first or second at all. No care at all because it plays so many hand traps. So yeah, it's pretty easy to side with this deck because when there are hand traps that just don't have a good matchup against something, you take that out, it doesn't hurt your engine. You never have to side any of your engine out. That's what's beautiful about this deck. The thirds of each of these because, consistency. This card, DD Crow. Once again, if they're multi-rolls in the grave or they're raising the grave, you can stop them from continuing a lot of plays. And this card is just actually a very good card in general for the mirror match, for all sorts of things. So the Orcus matchup, you can actually stop them. You stop the Orcus from going off with 1 card. So something to consider. Still in testing, but it's a very good card. I'm probably going to cut the anti-spell here to 2 and just have this at 1. Yeah, this makes it pretty much impossible for people to play if you set up your combo and then set either of these. It's pretty much a lock. Did that a couple times. Also, guys, just for discretionary things, or I didn't really have any matches where I didn't open up a combo. I mean, I did have like, well, not a match. I had a couple games, but every single match I was able to get full combo off more than, you know, as much as I want. Pero for time and 2 polys. Yeah, I'm gonna, you know, Poly's probably a better card in general because it's quick play, but Fusion of Fire is also searchables, but Poly's that better card, so I'll probably bump this up to 3 and cut an anti-spell. And for the extra deck, it's missing 1 card. It's a Transcode Talker. Haven't gotten the mail yet. I borrowed it the other day because it's a 75-cent card. It's very straightforward still, guys. Nothing's changing here. 3 Banlist, 3 Sunlight Wolf, 2 Heat Leo. If you're not playing Heat Leo, the different rarities, you're doing it wrong. 2 Mirage Stelio. I 100% believe that this is necessary at 2 now. I 100% believe that. 1 Dweller. This might be cut because it's not as good as it once was. Hita. Update Jammer, Transcode, you know, and then because I can right now, both of these, so yeah, pretty cool. This definitely will be taken out. It's just because I had the space. Like I said, I haven't played in a long time. I literally have nothing. I have no collection. I don't even have the card sleeves. Like, I used to keep the World Championship qualifier card sleeves. I don't even have matching. You know, I have nothing. I'm just starting back up. I actually both times I went to locals. I did pull the ultimate. Here, let me show you. I did pull alties both times. I got the Galatea, sold it immediately, and now I got the Shizuku. It looks gorgeous. So it's nice. Slowly building up a collection again by winning with these OTS packs. So it's pretty fun. I think the deck is definitely not at all what it used to be. No way. But at the same time, it's not as bad. I don't want to say, like, I think that the tier 1 decks are Thunder Dragon and Pendulum, and probably Sky Striker as well, but it's very easy to out Sky. I feel like Sky Striker has to change the way it's played to accommodate for just the fact that if they banish multi-roll, you're in a lot of trouble. I don't think Orcus is on the same level it used to be, and I don't think decks are in this, you know, I think the Demise variants, I think True Draco actually gives this deck a very, very hard time. That's a very hard, this deck has a bad matchup against that. I don't think I have anything else to say. Thank you guys for watching. Slap the like button, please, if you guys enjoyed this. Yeah.